Hey! What's up, y'all? Yes! 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 Yes, honey. Yes. Happy Sunday. Oh, I see Kimberly Blank. These glasses are not gonna give what needs to be get. I see Kimberly Blank. I see Ruth. I see respectfully. I see Queen Me, Carrie, Huggy. Shout out to the chat. How y'all doing today? Absolutely. This is water, okay? This ain't nothing but some water, but it just tastes so good coming out this wine glass. Absolutely. Hey, it's a Capricorn thing. Hey, Brenda. Hey, Lakeisha. I said, let me go live, girl. Let me go live, girl. Shout out to the whole chat. Okay. It's a lot going on, and I feel like I got activated. Okay. I was supposed to go live with my bestie last night. Baby, she getting old. Okay. Mm. I don't want my lips to look like Michael Jackson. Or look like I just dipped in a little coquiana. Okay. I don't want my lips to look like I went and did a little dip on the west side of Chicago. I just need a little something, but that's getting okay. Oh, absolutely. I was supposed to go live last night with my bestie. Thank you, Sugarwood God. Looking good, girl. Thank you, girl. Shout out to the chat. Yes. I was supposed to go live last night with my bestie. I did too much yesterday. And when I tell you the instep of my foot, this part, I'm going to show y'all which part because I need y'all to track. This part right here. Girl, that thing was hurting so bad. I was limping. All I did was wash the car, wash some clothes, clean the house, ran around a little bit. And when I tell you that foot, I paid for it. Hey, Kilo Low. One time for the BabeNation moderators in the building. Let me give me a bum. Let me give me a bum today. Absolutely. Yes. Thank you so much, Brenda. Hey, ODS. Thank you so much, Brenda. I said, "Oh, girl, you get old, okay?" Hey, Mama Cynthia. Girl, they try to keep me down, okay? They try to keep me down, but you can't keep a bad one down. Absolutely. Hey, NY. Sending you my love, NY. Thank you so much for always supporting me and for looking out for Mama Rosie. This light is so bright, okay? It's extremely bright. Thank you so much for looking out. Thank you, Detroit love. Let me turn this dang on light down, son. Yes, that is so much better. Thank you, Detroit love. What's up, M-Town boy for you? So when that foot started hurting last night, I said, girl, you better go sit down. Because I wanted to do a little drinking. Okay. but you can't drink if you need a pain pill. Okay, so I didn't want to be on a live sober and boring and in pain. So, girl, I just took me a pain pill and laid down. I said, but today we feeling a little bit better. And I need to come live because it's a lot going on. Absolutely. Uh, I plan to talk about a range of things today. I hope you can sit back and enjoy the live. Hey, Lady Steph, you have truly been missed. Love you. Love you too, girl. I looked up and Leah done changed my avatar. Okay. Leah did some on her iPad and to put her photo, and it affected my channel. Let's be very clear. I did not change that avatar like that. Okay. Leah did. I looked up, I went on my channel. I said, now what's going on around there? Did they hack me? Girl, for a second thought I had gotten hacked. And so my baby told me, no, I changed an avatar on my iPad because I got everything connected. It come on the same bill. Her phone, her iPad, and all this. My phone, my iPad. And as you can see, I got a new iPad. Okay, I got a new iPad. No more computer, no more unclear, no more of that. Okay, and I changed the Wi-Fi too. Absolutely. Thank you, California girl. If I let Princess know that she has what is that? Oh, aunties who love her that she doesn't know. I will, California girl, but she know y'all. Okay. She knows y'all. Okay. If you think she don't know y'all, when she was 5, I was live. And she came through. Was I live when she was singing Tracy's Pieces? Me and Tracy was beefing. I don't know if I was live or if she did it when I wasn't on live, but one day, me and Tracy was beefing. And one day, Leah came through here singing Tracy's Pieces. I said, so you with the ops? Absolutely. Are we tracking that your own kids could be with the ops? Okay. At that time, she should have been singing da 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 da. Okay, but she come through here singing some doggone Tracy Pieces. So if you don't think she know who y'all are, you got it mistaken. She know y'all by name. Just like she know Tracy. She know who Jay Wilson is. Unfortunately, very unfortunately, she know who Treasure is. Boogala. Okay? Cornerstone Big Back Boogala. She know who that is. Very much so, unfortunately. Sure, you remember when they grabbed him by his neck and walked his big ass out that job because he had hit them kids. Oh, she know. Uh-huh. She's back. Girl, the big sector is on fire, girl, and so am I. Okay. So she know y'all. Okay. She don't just know the big back cornerstone boogalers. She know y'all. Okay, absolutely. Now she's gonna be 13 next month. This how long I've been on here. Let me drop one. I gotta drop a bomb that Leah finna be 13 years old. Ooh, yeah. Somebody got old, but it wasn't us. Okay, she got BabeNation messed up. Now she could sit around and turn 13 all she wants. Okay. But don't play with us. We not going. Ain't that right, Serum of Truth? Okay. She could sit up and she could do all that. Okay. But I don't look a day over 32. Okay. Let's be very clear. I said not 13. Whoo, child. Anyway, I know that hit some of y'all in your shundo because see, some of y'all been here since day one. Okay. Y'all was here when she popped that popcorn and Club Fat start selling popcorn. Y'all was here. Okay. Y'all was here for the 50 cents. Okay. Y'all was here for 5 Babe 50. Okay. I was 50 cent long time ago. And y'all was here for the 50 cents when I had to come live because my nervous system wanted to whoop some. Okay. Thank you so much, Detroit Love. The queen is back. See, y'all was here. And that same 50 cents. Look how 50 cents could cost you your whole neck. Shout out to Jay Dunn. Do you see how 50 cents could cost you your neck? My baby was little, was at school, and I had to pay for lunch because, I was making coins, so they didn't let me get no free lunch, and I'm not a liar or a thief. Absolutely. So I was paying for lunch, $50 I would give them, and they got down to, and they would normally warn me, Miss Simmons, you only got $10 left, or Miss Simmons, you only got $5. I can't remember what the daily lunch rate was. But the funds went down on her account and she was short 50 cents that day. And even though historically I had paid them $50 at a time, it was nothing. And all they had to do was tell me that it was low. Instead of telling me it was low, they didn't feed my child that day. Let me say what I always say over here. Everything over here ages like fine wine, including the host. Let me drop a bomb. Okay. Everything over here ages like fine wine. And the same way I felt then, 5, 6, 7 years ago, is the same way I feel today. Don't play with me. So yes, I went live and cried in front of the school when I found out, to keep from going inside, going to jail. Okay. And for some reason, Jay Dunn thought it was funny. Okay. And so then I saw her in person and tried to tear her head off. So you literally can get your head torn off over 50 cents. Absolutely. Hey, sweet vibes. Shout out to the chat today. Yes. Hey, Don Diva Sunshine. Girl, we is live. I got a little list. Now, let me tell y'all this right here. When I grew up, I remember the typewriter. Okay? I remember the typewriter. But when I got like in maybe 4th, 5th grade, that's when they broke out those mini car-sized computers. Big body, okay? They broke out them big body computers with the little green writing. We just couldn't believe we had a computer, okay? So I got a chance to grow up before technology hit every classroom, and I got to be there when technology hit every classroom. So I have the benefit of seeing both sides. Technology, no technology. Okay. And then growing up and actually using technology, I didn't find it intimidating. I wasn't at that age and stage where I found technology to be intimidating. Right. And just like back then, the idea of a world wide web where you could talk to anybody from anywhere in the world was very much so mind-blowing. That's where I grew up when that was happening. And it was so fresh and so new and so intimidating that when we went from year 1999 into 2000, girl, everybody was scared. They thought everything was going to crash and go back to zero. They didn't know how this newly built technology, the World Wide Web and all of this, would be able to handle the decade change, right? It was the century and a century change in essence from the 20th century to the 21st century. Nevertheless, I said all that to say, just like that was a leap and the internet was the future, and just like back then you didn't need it, but now you have to have it, that is exactly what AI is today. And so I'm at that age where I feel like I feel like I'm a part of the generation that's not only avoiding AI, but finds it a bit intimidating. Like, what is that? Well, I went and took a 6-hour, $500 class on last Thursday to learn AI. Because what we not going to do is be left behind. Ain't on that. Okay? I ain't know that. Just like I ain't know nothing about cryptocurrency. Okay. I know a little bit now, but at the time when that came out, I was like, what? I didn't learn that in finance. I got a degree. Did nobody talk about no doggone cryptocurrency? What is this? I had to go and educate myself in case digital money becomes the only thing they accept. I don't want to be out here uneducated if it comes a time where digital funds is all that every retailer will accept. So nevertheless, I went and took a 6-hour class for $500 on last Thursday to learn AI. And when I tell you my mind is blown. And so I said to myself, self, should you go and talk to BabeNation about AI? Because I know my analytics on this channel and I know the age groups on this channel. And some of y'all are using it, obviously. But I think it's a lot of people that's like me that was like, AI, what we doing with the AI? Well, what's going on with the AI? What's going on? And hey, Jess Kimmy. You don't want to be left behind because I'm going to tell you something. It is the future. Just like the World Wide Web became as big as it is and as influential and you have to use it, that is AI. It is not something you could say, I don't got time for. Okay, you have to make time. And the things that it's capable of. And so already I'm behind. Even though I just learned something about it, I'm technically way behind. I don't want that for me or you. Okay? I don't want that for us. Absolutely. So I think I'm a dedicate a live to come to you and talk to you about AI. Girl, these were all my AI notes, child. Okay? I was in class, AI out. Okay? I was in class, AI'd out for them 6 hours, girl. Them notes just keep on going and going. I got my notes right here. I was so excited after class. I came home telling Leah, oh my God, I learned this. I learned this. She was like, I know, Mom. I want to. She didn't want to hear it, okay? She didn't want to hear about my AI. Everything I told her, she said she had knew it. She didn't know it. She knew it already. Thank you, Carrie. BabeNation. The name is mine. The name got my daddy's blood on it. Hey, let's go. Let's go, Carrie. See, that's why I had to come on to the da. Because I don't care, California grew, how many times the wide back barracuda standing down at the corner store plays that song, baby. That's my name. That name got my daddy's blood on it. Okay. And they just want to be fast so bad. Shout out to Ness. Hey, Ness, you want to be fast, babe? You would first have to be a mother. Holy. Holy. They skip that one little part, okay? That's a very big part of my personality, okay? That's a big part of my personality. So if you want to be like me, okay, you gotta first be somebody's mammy. Let me drop one more for you. No. I don't just drop bombs to drop bombs. I'm trying to see if the science works and if the vibration from them bombs gonna grow your edges. Absolutely. Oh, girl, it's too early in the day for these. Okay, it's too early. It's way too early, and we're gonna stay on task. So I would encourage you start watching videos and learn AI. And I'm gonna come on here one day and share. I took the $500 class, so you don't have to. Okay, absolutely. I'm gonna go. Let me talk. Give me a minute. I ain't been on here. Okay, allow me to run my mouth about a couple of things before we get to the beef sector. Because I'm on my way over there. Okay. Absolutely. I am going there. And some of y'all in my comment section, I know you think you being cute, but you're not. Because if you was, your toes wouldn't cross like that. If you was as cute as you think you are when you in my comments, why your toes look like that? Okay. Why it smell like that when you come out the bathroom? So your comment ain't hitting on nothing. Okay, while you trying to be cute. When I get to the beef sector stuff, it is non-negotiable. I said what I said when I said. Okay? Let's be very Ooh, child. So let me talk my little political stuff. I got a few things I want to get off my chest. And then we'll get around there. Okay. And listen, I ain't Marvin Sapp, but I will ask y'all to go ahead and close the door. Okay. Speaking of Marvin Sapp, Marvin Sapp, along with every other Sapp sucker that's standing God's house over the pulpit that they say God called them to. They said God called them to preach. Hold on now. You say God called you to preach. If God called you to preach, he will provide. Okay? He will provide if he called you. Because ain't nothing broke down about God. All his bills are paid. He could pay your bills, your mama bills, everybody bills. Ain't nothing cheap, broke down, lacking, slacking about God. And if God sends you somewhere to do a job, the way is already made. That's number one. So all this about God called me to preach, but I gotta close the door and not let you leave because I need an offering for what God called me to do is some bull. Are we tracking? Oh, we're absolutely tracking. Dovey says 97 degrees and it's getting hot in here. Absolutely. Hey, Dovey, he done lost his mind. And see, yes, this is a norm. It shouldn't be, but it is. In the black church, I grew up in a black church, baby. They was always closing the doors. They not only would close the doors, they would lock the doors, tell you ain't no walking. I don't care how bad you got to use the bathroom. You better hold it. Let that gas come up through your mouth. They don't care because they need an offering. Okay? So although this is normal, it ain't cool. And truthfully, there's a lot of things in society that we have normalized and okayed, but that truthfully goes against our rights. We weren't even asked, is this okay that I do this? I feel like that every time I go on Instagram and see somebody's naked booty. Did you find out if I want to see your ass? Because I didn't consent to this. I did not consent to see you naked. Like, oh, okay. But that happens a lot in society where there are these unspoken rules and we subconsciously just follow them without even making somebody ask for our consent. So nevertheless, in a black church, that's a norm. And they put they throw this guilt trip on you or try to act like they're gonna beat your butt if you do something about it. Nah, partner. Okay? No. No. And see, this is my thing. This is my problem with these prosperity preachers. They only run this ish and they only play these games with poor people. Corner store hustlers. They only play these games with poor people. You will never catch Marvin Sapp in a room full of white businessmen begging for no offering, ever. You'll never catch him do it. If that place was packed with prestigious people, he wouldn't have been doing that. If he were in a prestigious setting with people that he thought had some sort of status in society, had more money than him or as much money as him, he wouldn't have done that. They play on our time. And I will even take it a step further and say, and it is because the black church got a lot of black women in it. It's because we keep going. So they play on us. It's the women. Because you go to a black church, you're going to see at least 70% women, and that's on the high end, and 30% men. And that's on the high end. Absolutely. So it's a violation and it's sick. Okay. And then you got these people coming out here like Ricky Smiley and what's that other man named Dietrich Haddon, the gospel singer Dietrich Haddon, coming out here talking about we shouldn't be criticizing him. Yeah, we should. It's my money that I earned. And you gonna tell me I can't leave until you get your money? Excuse me? Excuse me? Who you think you talking to? And I set my stupid self in church and let people do me like that. Oh, the church needs the money. Yes, I'm sure they do. But if the Lord called them, listen, I'm trying to do a CD right now. And guess who I'm depending on to pay for the CD? A gospel CD. And guess who I'm depending on to make the way for me to do my gospel CD? The Lord. Let me get real deep today and say the Lord. Okay, because when you put that T on it, okay, when you want to be real holy and real sanctified, you got to put a T on the Lord. Okay, absolutely. So he full of crap. And now he got exposed, and it should have been exposed. And a lot of people who didn't come from that era are flabbergasted. Like, what are they doing? What they doing is still trying to collect that same $40 for that same doorknob on the church. While they ride around in big body Benzes, new Teslas, living in mansions, and they church members living paycheck to paycheck, but they up there hollering, close the door. No, open it, because I'm about to I almost said something. Okay. We're gonna wake up in 2025. What else I was tracking? Girl, I've been laughing at these people that think Elon Musk gonna give them $5,000. I'm sorry if that's you. Okay, I'm sorry. I should laugh. I shouldn't. Don't do that. They say now, some of the stuff that the government was spending money on is quite hideous and very much so telling. Okay, spending money in other countries to bring to them transgender ideology and all of this, and transgender books and gay right materials in countries that are like Muslim countries. They don't believe in that over there. So what the heck is the United States doing sending all this money anyway? So that's what Elon claimed, child, that they found all this misspending and fraud and waste. Okay. And he's a whole immigrant himself. He's they can't stand the immigrants, but he's an immigrant. Trump's wife's an immigrant. All these immigrants, but let them tell you, they can't stand no immigration. He all the way from South Africa. Him and that stutter. Okay. I believe he be lying because it take him too long to tell it. Somebody ought to wiggle his cheeks and tell him, Elon, tell it. And see, I just believe. That's why them Teslas keep getting recalled. Okay. Because there's a stutter in the coding. There is a stutter in the coding. Okay. Nevertheless, child. So they claim they found all this fraud, waste, and abuse, and they gonna send us a check. I'm sorry. And every tax-paying American is gonna get $5,000, child. Girl, give me 1 second. Let me get some tissue because I've been laughing at these clowns. Okay. Ooh, I love it. Yes. Why is it that when you dealing with a new roll of tissue, you almost have to be a black belt in karate? Why is that? Why is it such a fight when you're dealing with a new roll of tissue or paper towel? Now, if I wet your ass, okay, I bet you will peel like an onion, okay? You will peel like an onion. Anyway, so child, they let Elon tell them they finna get a check, girl, because the government is finding all this fraud, waste, and abuse. But here's the thing. According to Doge, they've only found fraud, waste, and abuse in the billions. But the deficit is in the trillions. Why in the world, if they are out to reduce government waste, and they've only found waste that equates to in the billions, but we are in debt in the trillions, why would they recover billions and cut a check when they owe still trillions? Why? Make it make sense. Isn't that like counterproductive? Oh, we gonna give them dividends from all the waste we found, but that's counterproductive. Because it won't be like all the waste you're finding is going to get you out of your deficit. But when you got dummies running the government, this is what they tell you. Same thing with these tariffs. What didn't Trump say on day one? Egg prices was going to be down. Grocery prices was going to be down. All this stuff was going to be down on day one, right? What happened? Thank you, Lady Dimples. He said, "Fi, that's not true." He said, "Close the doors." I said, "Close the doors, not lock them, and we are free to leave." He was just trying to help us meet our budget. Lady Dimples, I respectfully agree to disagree. Okay? Because ain't nowhere in the world. There are kidnapping laws for stuff like that. You can't do that. And the Lord loves a cheerful giver, not a hostage. The Lord loves the Bible says, let every man give as he can. That's number one. Marvin Sapp put $20 and $100 on it. He don't know, them people's accounts could have been in a negative. But according to the Bible, he said, let every man give as he can. That's number one. Number two, the Lord loves a cheerful giver. What is cheerful about me being held up in here and you talking about close the door? How can I be cheerful? And I'm a grown woman. See, them days of playing slave. See, what had happened was a lot of the y'all ain't gonna like it, but I'm gonna tell you anyway. A lot of the things and ways that they act in the church is how we were treated in slavery, but they don't want to have that conversation. That's how the slave masters used to treat people. Do as I tell you to do. Hold on, are we grown or are we still in slavery? Do what I tell you. You don't have a free will. You're going to do what I say. And right now, I say I want you to sit down until I get my money. Hold on. Are we in New Jack City or Pound Town? That works in New Jack City and that works amazingly in Pound Town. But when I'm in the house of God, don't play with me. Because God knows what I got in my purse. You don't. While you standing up there talking about bring you $20 and ain't even telling me what the hell you want it for. That is mind control. That is slave-induced bullish. Give me your money. It would be one thing if he would explain, I'm having this go on. And it's not always what you do, it's how you do it. You don't tell nobody close the damn door while you ask for your money. You ain't no pimp. Am I about to get some after this? Pastor, are you about to take me to Pound Town? I'm not even trying to be disrespectful. Lord knows I'm not. But we have gotten so used to being disrespected that we are desensitized when somebody playing in our face. Nigga off the street asked me for $100. He gonna eat something. Oh, Lord, have mercy. Let me get off that. Let me drop a bomb to help me get off that. Hold on. No, I need you. I said, if a nigga want $100 from me, yes! Be playing playing on these people's time. The church is where you're supposed to go to get help. You're supposed to go to church if you have a need. I keep telling y'all I'm gonna open a church and show them how to do it. If I had a church, and I'd be scared to talk like this because I don't want to get a Lord no ideas. But if I had a church, I would help people. And for the people that use that tithing scripture, the Bible says, bring the tithes in the storehouse. For what though? That there may be meat so people can freaking eat. He was talking to farmers that had cattle. He would say, bring the tithes and offering into the storehouse so there may be meat for my people. All y'all that got a little extra, bring just 10% of it over here so that the community could eat. But the pastors don't do that. They say, bring me your 10% so I can go get that new Tesla. Because I need a jet. Do not get me started, okay? So that's why when they start talking about, oh, he didn't do nothing wrong, though, you talking to the wrong one. I'll give you 20 ways that he did it all the way wrong. Okay? They leave that part out the scripture. How your tithes and people giving tithes is supposed to help you. You're not supposed to be at a church 10 years. Your life's gonna get cut off, but you can't go to your church. And everybody in there paying tithes. But they don't talk about that part. Okay. They don't talk about how the amount you get a pastor is that the pastor gonna take home is gonna be way more than he actually gonna give away. They don't talk about that. Back in the day, pastors kept a 9 to 5 and was a pastor. They don't talk about that. It became a career, and church became a corporation and a business. And these pastors quit their jobs and dropped out of college and decided I could go over here and open me a little storefront. But back in the day, pastors kept a 9 to 5 so that they didn't have to do that, so that they could really pay their bills with their 9 to 5 and do the Lord's work. Please do not get me started on that, okay? Also, so anyway, Trump is out here, girl. They've been protesting all over the U.S., even here in Chicago. They've been protesting. They got a hands off, okay? They didn't realize Elon been lying. And first of all, who elected him? How is it not against the law that this man has all this power? How was Elon able to look at anything, any records at any administration, Social Security, wherever he looking, him and his team? Who authorized that? He does not have a security clearance. Like, the whole thing is just very strange, okay? So the people are protesting. They realize they being lied to. And the people that voted for Trump are having buyer's remorse. Like Wiley, okay? Wiley went all the way to jail hollering Trump. He went all the way to jail hollering Trump. Trump. Hey, Tracy. All the way. Trump. And look at Trump. He has no idea how to handle foreign affairs with other countries. Okay? This man is just peeing everybody everywhere off. It's like, what's your plan? What are you doing? What are you doing? And then it's raising tariffs every time we look around. That is not a plan. That is not a plan to help the average American have more money in their pockets. That's not a real plan, raising tariffs on every country that we do trade with. That's not a real plan. That's crazy, actually. And it's actually counterproductive, because every time he slaps a tariff on somebody, they slap one right back on us. And guess who gonna pay for it? So when he says he's slapping a tariff on a country, he's not slapping a tariff on a country. He's slapping a tariff on you and on me. Tariffs are a tax, right? On imports and exports. When I have a good and another country has a good and we trade, we can give each other discounts on the tariffs, right? If I raise my tariffs and then you raise your tariffs and we're trading, when your stuff comes into my country, I gotta pay more for it. When the people that sells the stuff to the consumers, like Walmart and Target, them go pick it up to sell it to us, they have to pay more because it came over with more. It costs more when it came over. So the distributors pay more. When Walmart prices increase, when Target's prices increase, when it costs them more to get something, who do you think they are going to charge more to recoup their money that they had to spend? Us. That's how tariffs work. So it sounds so stupid every time a Republican says that a tariff is a strategy. For what? To cost us more. Because if companies that are buying these goods have to pay more, they are going to charge us more when we go to the store to buy it. This is business. This is how this works. This is just how this works. So every time you hear your president holler, he's putting a 25% tariff on something, you better know that means you about to pay about 25% more. Because if Target is paying 25% more, they're more than likely going to charge you 50% more. Absolutely. And then they around there telling their base, just be patient. Have trust. Now, even though this man came out and said on day one, do I got the clip? Let me play you his lie, hollering what he gonna do on day one. Absolutely. What you say you gonna do on day one, Trump? What you say you gonna do on day one? You said it? Did you ever say it?
A vote for Trump means your groceries will be cheaper. It'll also bring your grocery bill way down. I have more complaints on grocery. The word grocery, it's sort of simple word, but it sort of means like everything you eat. The stomach is speaking. It always does. And I have more complaints about that bacon and things going up double, triple, quadruple. I haven't seen Cheerios in a long time. I'm going to take them back with me. Bacon is through the roof. They're all through the roof. The milk, everything is bad. And we're going to straighten it out. We're going to bring prices way down, and we're going to get it done fast.
Now, Trump tells Time Mag.
But all you've been hearing is tariffs, right? Right. Tariffs. That means prices going up. And then he's telling his base, just be patient. Things are going to change. Well, guess what? Who? I need them to have the future teller to come up to the front. Because tariffs ain't never worked for no other presidency. So since Trump's base believes that these tariffs are a great idea, I need in that we may suffer, because they telling us go ahead and suffer in the short term, because there's a light at the end of the tunnel and a bright rainbow for all. Okay. At the end of the tunnel. So then BabeNation needs all of the mind readers to come to the front of the class. Come on. All of the future tellers, come on. Because right now, the stock market is crashing so badly, Fox News has removed their ticker that used to go across that showed the NASDAQ and the S&P 500. They used to have it scrolling across. They didn't move it because it looks terrible. It's not funny. Okay, my 401k has been affected, and I'm sure yours has too. Nevertheless, they wanted them. They got them. Okay, absolutely. Moving right along. Let me say this. I said, let me come back because Treasure, if you don't mind, if you would be so kind, please like this video. Por favor. Gracias. Okay. I said, let me come back because I keep seeing the corner store Barracuda keep bringing my name up. Okay. So everyone knows, if you've been on in the beef sector, everyone knows the whole history and what happened with Rick Reed and QB, right? And if you've been here long enough, you know what happened with QB and Trezor. And also, if you've been here long enough, you know what happened with Rick Reed and Trezor. Okay. Trezor continues. So now that Rick Reed and QB, they back, they are right. I came out here and I said, when QB and Rick Reed became back cool, I came out here and I said, listen, I support my bestie. So what I'm not gonna do is come out here talking crap about Rick Reed if now I know him and QB are fine, because why would I do that? I don't want to cause an issue. Everybody does not think like 5'8". Okay. And for James to be as old as he is, I'm gonna need him to cut it. You look pathetic, James. Every time you run on here and drag Rico, you look pathetic. Every time you run on here and drag Brian, you look pathetic and desperate. Every time you run out here and drag Uppity, you look pathetic and desperate. Baby, the price on your cheese went way down. Ugh. You giving discontinued blue cheese. Very not savory at all. Just keep pulling and reaching. Clean your life. Clean the inside of your guts. Your stomach is very big. You don't ever want to talk about it. Even when you want to dress like a woman, you need 6 or 7 girdles with one of them bustiers. Have your back leaning like this, all to try to suck your stomach in. Let's deal with the fact that you want to be a woman, never been pregnant, but your stomach. You look like you just passed gas all in your sleep. You better not hurry up and get out the bed. You just giving gas. And then all you care about is putting on them blue contacts to try to distract from that face. Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Oh, let me write this down because I don't want to forget this seat. Oh, yes. Oh, oh yes. So he keep trying to triangulate. And here's the thing: I made it my business not to get messy with Rick Reed only because my bestie. My bestie didn't have to ask me to do that. None. Now, Trezor claims, Trezor and Rick Reed are cool. Trezor knows that Rick Reed and QB have made up. But for some reason, and this is where I come in at, for some reason, he wants to keep bringing up what happened between Rick Reed and QB. However, he conveniently leaves out the entire story. And that's where I come in at. That's the game that's the game we not finna play, Lady Steph. Oh, okay. That's the one we not finna play. See, you bringing up what happened with Rick Reed and QB for your argument against QB when they cool, they back cool. So why you doing that? You doing that to be messy. You're doing it to be messy because you're a loser. But you need to tell the whole story. If you're gonna tell it, tell it. Okay? Because you're not the only one that could come out here and have something to say. Now I got something to say. Because see, I was there. And I played a huge role. And at the end of the day, I didn't lose against Rick Reed. And my bestie didn't either. And I wouldn't even have to say that if your big wide back self would stop. But who do you think you are? That you can't get a response. Rick Reed didn't beat me. And guess what, Trezor? You didn't either. You still got my name on, you still got my taste, got the taste of me on your lips. Absolutely. Absolutely. You taste me every time you come live. And trust me, I don't want you. But every time you come live and you playing my ish, that lets me know who's really mother. And baby, it ain't you. You look like you pregnant with sextuplets, but it ain't you. You ain't mother. I am. And that's why you come on doing this. Ain't nothing you got over there I ever wanted. Nothing. Okay? So stop bringing up that you gonna tell the whole story and stop trying to be messy because I promise you can't be messier than me. I promise you can't. Because I can be more messy because I beat you already. Okay? And I will come on here and remind you. Okay? Absolutely. Uh what else had happened? I got a letter. Let me say this. I got a letter from Maryland stating that my record was expunged. Uh-huh. See, Rita went out and told a whole bunch of lies to the courts, threw her kids in it as pawns, and thought I was finna fly to Maryland to fight her Percocet allegations. One doing it. Was not doing it. Won the case all the way from Illinois. Told her I wasn't coming. And told her I was going to win and won it right here from Illinois. Okay? It was so tripped out that all this time later, I get a letter talking about the stalking charge on my record has been expunged. I didn't even know I had a stalking charge in Maryland. Really? This and see, this why they don't bring up Rita and them. Don't bring up nobody I done beat already. I don't want to talk about it. Or I do want to talk about it because I'm going to talk about how I beat them. Okay? You every time you bring up a situation, I'm going to talk about how I beat you. Okay? And if Trey York cared anything about Rick Reed, he would not keep bringing up what happened between QB and Rick Reed. But he doesn't. Okay? He doesn't even care about his insides. Just gonna keep eating all the grease. Just gonna keep eating all the butter. Just gonna keep drinking all the pop. And I don't care how you sit over there with your pinky out and ice in it, it still got 56 grams of sugar and 100 and some grams of carbohydrates, and you are walking cholesterol. How a man sitting up here with cottage cheese on his arms and thighs? When he ain't live, he chewing and repositioning them doggone blue contacts. I got to make sure my contacts in. Big fat fingers. I don't even know how your fingers fit a contact. So anyway, yeah, so when I get this letter talking about my record has been expunged and the stalking charge has been dismissed, I'm like, wait, what? This excuse me? So I said, did she go down there after the fact and try to do something? What is this? What is this? Because that case that I had with her got dismissed. So why would I then get a letter talking about my stalking charge was dismissed? I say, child. What else I've been tracking is Tracy and Jay Wilson. Shout out to Tracy. Let me give you a buzz. Let me give you a buzz. Let me give you a buzz. Yes. Hey, Summer Breeze. Girl, you good. You good, Summer Breeze. Um, uh, they tried to spin a narrative that I wanted Jay Wilson and Tracy to fall out. When I reached out to Tracy to say, hold on, I feel like somebody that looked like they got powdered sugar on their tongue, Tracy, call themselves being a puppet master, and they are getting a little bit of too much enjoyment out of seeing us fight. Mhm. Talking about old busted Bradley that's gone. Okay. He got exposed so bad. He got exposed so bad, child. He just gone. Okay. So when it hit me that busted Bradley, see, today we're going to be talking about puppet masters and strategies a little bit. But when it hit me that, hold on, yeah, I don't like Tracy. She doesn't like me. That's one thing. But then you got on the side a big, scary, broke down ninja that's getting a little too much excitement out of seeing me and Tracy fight. Uh-huh. So when I found out that Troutmouth was loving it and was possibly keeping it going, that's when I said, you know what? I don't want to fight with Tracy no more. Uh-huh. And bust his right in the dirt. Okay? He ain't see it coming. Nobody consulted Club Fat. I didn't consult nobody. Okay? And I went on my community tab and reached out to Tracy, and she obliged, and me and her stopped fighting, and we really cooled down. And I'm very happy about it. Well, fast forward a few months after that, this narrative popped up that I only did that and only befriended Tracy so that she and Jay Wilson could fall out. Uh-huh. That was the narrative. Well, I haven't been live for about a month. And Tracy and Jay Wilson have fallen out. So was Shalina the reason this time? I just like to clear it all up. Uh-huh. Was Shalina the reason now? Well, am I the reason that they don't like each other now? Okay. I'm very proud of Tracy. Don't let no ninja play in your face. It's 2025. I don't care if it's Marvin Sapp. I don't care if it's Saggy Titty Wilson. I don't care who it. I don't care if it's Lyric or his mama. Don't let nobody play in your face, Tracy. So I shout out to Tracy. He was always throwing shade. He always had something to say. Always. He got something to say to everybody but James. He got something to say to everybody but James. He got something to say to everybody but James. Ain't that right, Jay Wilson? Right. So I'm glad they not talking, because truthfully, the way Jay Wilson rolled people by Tracy's house, see, he don't like that type of teaching. He doesn't want it to be known that he low key is a stalker, and he used Tracy's old residence as a place to, I don't, as a tourist spot. Every time somebody come in town to see Jay Wilson, y'all was going to ride past Tracy's house, courtesy of, mentioned by, recommended by, brought up by none other than Jay Wilson. Absolutely. But he likes to keep this image that he's a wholesome, harmless person, when in fact, he's one of the most dangerous people on this platform. He's a sick, twisted individual. If you had to learn how to sleep in a twin size bed with 7 other people, you learned how to be twisted like a pretzel. Absolutely. Absolutely. He was laid out like they had white chalked him. Like they had white chalked him. Leg over there, arm over there, because it's a person right here and a person right here and a person right here. Absolutely. You better learn how to be twisted. I wouldn't be surprised if he is the originator of that game twist, where you got to get on the floor and make sure your foot stay on the thing. Because that's all they did every night. Bedroom gymnastics. Do you know how to do a backwards flip, Jay Wilson? And that's where his gluttony came from. Okay? The gluttony came from lack. Absolutely. They ain't have it. They ain't have it. So then he got grown and now he want everything. He said, I'll drive for Uber. Why? Because I could reach over here and get a French fry. Absolutely. He said, I will drive for Uber. You order 10 wings from Wingstop. You dealing with this trash pastor here. You gonna have nine wings when they get to you. Okay? You gonna have 9 wings by the time they get to you. You will order a large fried pickles. And the Uber driver here, he pick them up. Baby, you're gonna be able to fold your fried pickle bag in half. He been ate about 4 or 5 of them on the way to you. Okay? Absolutely. Check your Coke and your diet and your lemonade. Okay, we got a hungry, gluttonous. And please, Lord, don't let it be no Dominoes with no wings. Okay? Absolutely. Absolutely. Nevertheless, he loved to play in folks' face. Now he needs to take a page out of Rodney's book when it comes to treasure. Okay? Because see, Rodney ain't ugly. And Treasure can't handle that. He tried to son Rodney for the longest and play on Rodney's respect for him. This what he does. No one in real life respects him. But on YouTube, y'all tell him he mother, brother, and he cute with all them girdles on and sequin and all that makeup and them big old crunchy Patti LaBelle wigs and hiding, and he got on stocking size 4X, and y'all tell him, oh, you look so good. He got to order a high heel in a size 13, and y'all just be on here lying. Them size 13s are so cute, mama. Line. Okay. So when Rodney gave him that work, girl, I was ecstatic. I know y'all thought I ain't been on here. I have. Absolutely. This is the beef sector. I ain't went nowhere. Okay. Oh, Lord, I don't want to forget the reason I came on here. Piece of the reason I came on here. Let me write her name down. Hold on one second. Yeah, y'all gonna stop lying to Treasure. Okay? Stop lying. Stop lying. Okay. Nevertheless, so when Rodney gave him that work, I was very glad. Finally, I've been saying Rodney should give him that. He likes to try to son people that he thinks respects him and he could talk to him any kind of way and throw shade. That's why he keep playing with Jay Wilson, because he know Jay Wilson's scary. Absolutely. Now I look up and Vivian done been around Jay Wilson so long that now she cussing. Thank you, love music. That's also why Jay Wilson defines his value by his house and possessions. Yep. That lack of mindset from the trailer park. Exactly. Yeah. It's very deep. He is terrified of ever going back there. He overdoes it. That's why he got that big dumb house and it's just him. That was dumb. That's a house for a family. Okay? I mean, if you want to be sensible, if you're rich, then okay, get you a big dumb house and it's just you. But Jay Wilson ain't rich. That makes no sense. But that's his way of saying, Mama, we made it. Mama, we made it. Look at my house, Mama. We made it. But you don't got 9 people in there like your mama had, though. You still trying to be your daddy and live out your daddy's dream and bought that big dumb house that you cannot afford. It's called trauma. Mama, we made it. Stop out of here. Get your big mama, we made it. If you don't get your big mama, we made it house having, and got the nerve to talk about Uncle Tim. Uncle Tim's one room looked better than your whole house because he took the time, because he was able to afford when he got in there. He took the time to purchase things that fit his personality. You gotta go to estate sales to buy tables and chairs. You gotta wait for somebody to get a foreclosure or pass away for you to get some furniture. With your mama, we made it here at. Ooh, child. Give me 1 second, child. Hold on. Holy. Okay. Girl. um. So, child. Girl, when Vivian first started, girl, we thought she was the little gentle little bumblebee just over there with the rider limbs. Girl, and we didn't know if Vivian wanted Jay Wilson or what was going on. And then she said she was a 30-year side chick. So we said, well, hot damn. Okay. Well, hot damn. Even the ones with the full goatee could still pull them. This ought to be great news for any woman. Great news for any woman. Vivian has a full goatee and kept a man. Okay. What is you have no excuse. You have no excuse. You just tell the truth and just say you don't want one. Okay. Stop acting like you can't get a man. Just say you don't want one. Tell the truth. Okay. Stop. Because Vivian had a man's. Okay. They rub faces. He don't know if he rubbing up against his uncle or his woman. Okay. They using the same shaving cream shower. Okay. They around there with the buy one, get one free razors, girl. Huh, man. They was close. You not close to your man if y'all don't shave together. Okay. If y'all don't use the same shaving cream and the same beard moisturizer, then you ain't close to your man. Okay. So she was trying to tell us something. Oh, Vivian. So nevertheless, girl, I had clicked into Jay Wilson's channel the other day, and Vivian was cussing. She said, I'm about to match the energy of this face. Okay. She said, I don't got this beard for nothing, girl. I clicked over that. She was a MF this and B this. I said, whoa, 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 whoa. What had happened? Huh? You done been around this fake preacher Uber driver and he got you over here cussing? These folks, I said, girl, cuss out Gillette. The best a man could get. Okay. Stop shaving that thing and wax it. Okay. You need them follicles too strong. You need to weaken them follicles. You gotta fight back. You're not fighting back. Okay. As academics will say, pick up a stick. Cause girl, that beard is just out of control. It didn't move down here now, girl. It used to stop right like up here now, girl. It's all under the chin, girl. You better fight. What you got going on? You better fight for your womanhood. You want to be womanly, girl. Anyway, girl. But I said all that to say this. Jay Wilson is a bad example. He did do Tracy wrong. He is a doxer. He's a stalker, and he's dangerous. Okay. Now, the other thing I wanted to talk about is what's going on with pizza. Now, let me say this. I heard Pizza's video today asking King Roman to make amends. I said, wow. Let me drop a bomb. Girl. Okay. Pizza, I don't know what you doing with that one. Okay, because that's deep. Okay. And not only did you ask him to make amends, girl, you sat over there and told him where y'all could talk it out at. It's like you got it all planned out. Y'all was just literally going for the jugular. And you done skipped all the way to we could meet here and talk it out. Like, he didn't even respond yet. And she already got the location. I said, girl, girl, this is too much. Okay. I said, this is too much. Nevertheless, child, I said, and how is this gonna affect Nika and Brianna? Nevertheless, I don't know. I don't know what the I don't maybe I don't know. I don't know about that one. Okay. I don't know about that one. Cause when you got YouTube ships, like, you have to consider, see, QB getting back up with Rick Reed, he already knows I don't care. He already knows I it doesn't affect me. Okay. So he knows that doesn't affect me. And we were not in an active beef. That's the difference. Like, when your people are in an active beef and then you go and make up with the op, it's like, whoa, okay, what had happened? What we got going on around there? What? Excuse me? So that part, I don't know about that part. But it's another part that I've been tracking. And the part that I've been tracking is people from other sectors are coming for her neck. You know, at this point, just call me auntie. Okay. At this point, I don't consider myself a person that's going to necessarily beef back and forth. I'm going to say what I got to say, and I don't care what you think about it. I've reached that level. So I would consider myself auntie at this point. Okay. And auntie been noticing some things. Absolutely. The strategy is, even if you are a beef sector, outsiders have watched you be a beef sector. They have watched you fight each other. They have heard what you have said about each other, and they have studied and tried to find a way in, thinking that just because we are fighting and we are the beef sector, that they could come in and do what we're doing. As a matter of fact, when they come in and try to do what we're doing to each other, they use the same narratives, the same roasts, the same gags, the same drags. Pizarro been illiterate as far as the roast and gag. We've been saying that. We've been saying she ain't a good mother. So anything an outside, anytime an outsider comes in, I'm not saying that about her now. I'm just saying when we're fighting, we already say that. There is no other way to say Pizarro is illiterate. We've said it 50 different ways. There's no way to say the stuff that people are saying, because when the beef sector was fighting each other internally, these are things we said. So then I watched outsiders try to come in because they think they found a weakness, because they see us fighting amongst each other. Pay attention. They think the same way with America. Are we tracking? An outsider could come into your ish because they see your weakness, and then they feel like they don't like each other. They can destroy each other. So let me come in and help them destroy each other. Now realizing this is a group. And although some of us don't want to be coined a part of that group, you can't help it at this point. The beef sector and the members that make up the beef sector are stamped. There's no changing. Ain't nothing I could do. Even if I decided to talk about politics from now to I'm 55, people will still know me from the beef sector. That's just how it is. But as a group, part of the fabric, part of the fabric of that group is we don't let no outsider come in here and just destroy somebody in our sector. I don't care how many times we doxed them over here. Who you are? Who are you? See, because what happened is we understand that over here, that's where the money at. And we know you saw that. You saw that. You had seen them numbers. You saw that. So it's not so much that you care about what this content creator is doing and you so mad at them. You trying to get in where you fit in with the hopes of getting money and the same attention. And if you are in the beef sector and you don't understand what I'm talking about, then you have completely missed it. You don't know who you are. You don't know what you're capable of. For years, people have sat and watched the support and the love that we get over here and have decided they covet it. It's like a love hate. Like, I love that, but I hate that it's them and not me. So let me go over there and I'm going to do exactly what they're doing to each other. I'm going to use the same roast, gash, drags that I heard them do, and I'm going to get some money too. Thank you, Miss Magnificent. It is different being a CC. Okay? It is. It is different being a CC. Because some of the things that we do are a part of the fabric of what makes the sector what it is. And whether you like an individual content creator or not, you can't deny their contribution to the sector. But outsiders try to do that. They try to play on your time and say, uh um they ain't none, they don't got nothing to give, and but you over here trying to take their place. And you're betting on us hating them so much that we don't see what you're doing. Because what is your vested interest? You ain't been in this sector. You don't got no history. You don't have no storyline over here. So what you got going on? Hey, Miss Paulette. Thank you, Real is Real. Fire. What about outsiders? People in her group have welcomed, even picking them over beef sector to win competitions. And I understand that. But again, it's that theory that, but she's a part of us. I may not always agree. I don't always agree with a lot of these CCs. But at the end of the day, there's no escaping that these people make up this sector. And so if that's the case, you got to ask yourself, why would someone, another content creator, be so invested in defeating somebody from your sector? Now, that's fine. That's they beef, they grown, right? That would be cool, right? Anybody could come for anybody, right? But that's not where it stops. That's not where it stops, though. Stay with me. That's not where it stops. Thank you, Love Music. They trying to get these colors, right, grown folks? Yes. They lie to you like they on some mission, some righteous mission, but the truth is, no, they not on no righteous mission. They trying to get them colors. Here is the deal. When somebody goes at, say, a Pizarro, first of all, this is the setup that I'm watching right now, and I'm like, oh, hell no. Okay, I'm going to tell you what I'm watching. I'm going to take you step by step, if I can, to tell you what I see. So I see somebody coming at Pizarro, right? And on their community tab, they keep referencing other people in the what? In the beef sector, not in their sector. So some of us are smart and can see the setup. Okay? You say you only coming at Pizarro, which would be fine. Do that. Do what you got to do. Y'all grown. And you say it's not about the beef sector as a whole. That's what you saying. But everything on your community tab and all your videos and all of your examples got to do with the beef sector. So what is your real issue? That's what I'm talking about. It's always been about the sector. I want to come in because that sector as a whole gets support, money as a sector. So when I'm beefing with them, I don't got no personal real reason, no personal beef other than the fact that I've been trying to get over there. And so I'm going to bring everybody in the sector that I could think about into this beef and mention Lady Nika. I'm going to mention Brianna. But hold on, I thought your issue was directly with this person. And you don't want the whole beef sector involved, but you keep mentioning this one, King Roman. I'm like, damn. Okay. Thank you. Don't ask me, Ish. It's also about them using the beef sector subbies. Yes. Wanting money and all of the perks that come with being beef sector. Exactly. Listen, I'm not saying don't beef. I'm just saying we clocking what's going on. I'm not finna act like I don't see your real motivation. It's not about Pizarro. And if you walk away thinking I'm defending Pizarro, maybe, but you'll miss my whole point about a sector and what a sector has to offer and how people from the outside covets who y'all are. Because it's really the subscribers that make us who we are anyway. And like, don't ask me said, that's what they really want. They don't want Pizarro to go read a book. They don't want Pizarro to go get a job. They don't want Pizarro to go really be with her kids. It's more so about let me position myself to fight with someone in the sector that's going to give me some attention, and hopefully I garner the same attention that Pizarro is getting. And I'm going to do it the easy way. I'm going to use the same reads I've already heard them tell her. See, it would be different if you had some new ish. They don't like this. It would be different if you had some new ish. But when I'm hearing you say everything we've already said to her, it's like, so then what is your real issue? It sounds like you literally sat, watched, and decided, I want a piece of that pie. That's what it looked like. Thank you, Real is Real. The real beef sector, been seen Diva and ZX for years. Absolutely. But I think some new people are watching it and they're thinking, oh, well, Pizarro deserves it and this and that. Maybe. But you're missing the motivation behind what people are doing. And that's what I'm saying. Don't miss the motivation. Don't miss what's motivating people to do what they're doing. Thank you, Bridget. Hey, girl. Loyalty to the sector and our people is what's lacking. This is what caused the beef sector's downfall. Yeah. Because people used to be scared to do this stuff that they doing now. People would be scared to do it. They wouldn't play like this. So you say you beefing with Pizarro, but you keep bringing other people in it. That's number one. And then number two, you telling people if they get in it, you gonna do what? Hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on. Hold on, hold on, hold on. You talking about my sector and people in my sector, and you're an outsider. You also keep including other people that's in my sector, but then got the nerve to tell everybody else they better shut up and stay out of it, or else what you gonna do? This what made me come live. Because if don't nothing else get my wheels turning, BabeNation know a good old bully would. A good bully make me come outside. I come outside for bullies. I come outside for people that think they finna control people and tell them what they can or can't talk about, or else I'm gonna attack you. We already dealt with that type of demon, and that demon went to jail already. We've already had a Goliath in the beef sector that got slayed by David already. So that doesn't work. This is a YouTube platform, and if I want to come out here and talk about anything, including you, I'm doing it. Thank you, California girl. Five babe, all the striking cult. I'm sorry, I can't see. I don't got my glasses. Cussing to our choices for entertainment and sub. Yeah, I know that striking crap is lame. Yeah, it is. But that's an internal beef sector issue. Has always been people can't stand their own face. They can't handle what they look like. You post a picture of James, he's gonna lose his mind. Why? Because it's a hot mess. Jay Wilson struck my bestie. Now he over there singing out of key. He the one over there singing Amazing Grace, sounding like some from the pit of hell, all out of key or whatever him and his choir was singing. And QB posted him singing with his choir, and he embarrassed and struck my friend. That's what they do over in the beef sector. But again, that's internal those are internal matters. Those are internal matters. These outsiders see how we move and think, yeah, I know how to get in. No, it don't work like that. Thank you so much, Miss Steph. Hey, beautiful preach. Thank you, Miss Steph. Lemon said people blame Lemon for creating entries for other sectors to get in, which is true. But it started with Jay Wilson letting everybody on his platform to beef with beef sector folk. Thank you again, Love Music. And listen, Pizarro also been out there in other sectors telling them to come over. And that's fine. I'm not talking about that. These people can do whatever they want to do. I'm not here to tell nobody what to do. What I'm saying is don't miss the setup. That's all I'm saying. And I don't think Pizarro went and got people to bring over here to try to destroy her, that she thinks would try to take her place, take her channel down. Like, I don't think that clearly wasn't the motivation. And then when these people want to beef with somebody over here, they don't never refer to their sector. Why aren't people referring to their own sector or their own experiences with these people? No, they just want to keep hollering about what the beef sector doing and then turn around and say, if anybody say something about it, what you gonna do something to them? Like what? That's the part I don't like. That's the part I don't like. You out here threatening everybody like you think you that big and bad. Come on now. Come on now. Let's be for real. Let's be real for real. Thank you, don't ask me. Beef sector, stand up. I will always pay Diva down. Thank you, don't ask me. Thank you, say it again, sis. Give them the beef sector blueprint, auntie. Like auntie. No, but this is some real issue because I'm looking like, wait, what? You ain't even from over here, but you think you telling beef sector content creators they better not say no. Who she talking to? Who she talking to? Now, you and Pizarro could beef all day, but you're bringing, let's be very clear, Diva is bringing the beef sector into it, all up and down her community wall. People in the beef sector, though, she bringing them up. So it's very strange. And I'm going to tell you something, I ain't never finna choose no outsider over mine. I don't care if Pizarro brought him. I don't care if Brianna brought him. I don't care if Lady Nika brought him. I don't care who brought him. At the end of the day, I'm not going to look at that and say, well, you brought them, so now that's what you get. No, nobody brings somebody to their sector thinking, okay, let me bring them over here because they're going to destroy me. Let me bring them over here so they could turn on me. Nobody does that. She was trying to spice the sector up. She was literally trying to spice her channel and the sector up. And a lot of these folks suffer from mental illness. I said a lot of these folks suffer from mental illness. Okay? So all this about what you gonna do and you waiting to fight folks and do that, like that's mental illness. Period. Like, why are you so mad? What is, what? So y'all not feeling that. And look, I came out here and said the same thing about Lemon. But at that time, there was like an internal beef sector situation. I'm like, why the beef sector turning on Lemon? What Lemon do? I'm going to always defend the people in the beef sector. These people, I have history with these people. Okay? I have history with them. So, and it's been literally years. My daughter finna be 13. Like, it's been years. So that's why I'm looking at outsiders that try to think they finna come run shop. It's like, you don't even have no history with them like that. You don't even have no history with them like that. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I just think the beef sector needs to tighten up and stop praising when an outsider comes in, coming at your sector when they sector dead as a doorknob. Track what's going on. If you from a sector and your sector popped, I know why you messing with somebody over here. It's obvious. Because your sector don't got nothing going on. They not going to like this, but I don't care. I said what I said. And I'm going to be back to say some more. Because that's crazy. We don't do bullies in BabeNation. We lay them down. And I'm not here to take on Pizarro's fight. I'm not trying to beef with Diva. I'm not trying to beef with Diva. But I see what I see, and I said what I said, and I ain't scared, and ain't nobody, including Diva, ought to be on YouTube or no other tube, test tube, your tube, my tube, his tube, telling somebody they better not make commentary or else. Hmm? Okay. Thank you, Jessica B. Glad to see you. Thank you, Jessica B. Thank you, Love Music. So we call you Auntie Fifi now. Yes, Love Music. I've reached Auntie status at this point. Okay, I feel like I've reached Auntie status at this point. Okay, listen. I love the beef sector. I be missing y'all. Life was lifing. Okay, but I love y'all. Y'all are like a part of my life for real. So, um, you know, it is what it is. Thank you, Real is Real. Don't stay gone so long. I won't. I won't, and I'm sorry for being gone so long. I won't. Okay. I'm about to get back on my regularly scheduled program. So I apologize for being gone so long. I miss y'all so much. Thank you to everyone that subscribed. Thank you to everyone that checked in. I miss you too, Lynn. Hey, Mary Grace and Barn Dog and Buttercup. Queen Anne Mogi. Shout out to my bestie. Shout out to all the content creators in the building. Tracy, Miss Pizzario, Just Kimmy, Dovey, and anyone I missed, I apologize. But I love y'all. And I will be calling y'all back. Okay. Peace.